Hello everyone and welcome back to our Python series. So far we have learned about variables, strings, conditions, loops, collections and functions. Now it's time to learn something that every professional Python developer uses every single day. That is modules. Now imagine you have built a calculator once. Okay. Next week you are creating a banking application. A month later maybe you are building an online shopping website. So would you really want to rewrite that calculator function every single time? Of course not. So Python gives us a smart way to write code once and reuse it again and again. This feature is called as modules. So by the end of this video, you will know what modules are, why they are useful, how to import built-in modules, and how to create your own custom module. Okay. So let us try to understand modules with a simple real life example. Think about your home. Okay. In your kitchen, you keep utensils and kitchen items and cooking items. In your wardrobe, you keep clothes. In your bookshelf, you keep books. So everything has its own place. Now imagine if all these things were mixed together into one room, finding anything would become frustrating, isn't it? Programming is exactly the same. So instead of pulling all our code into one huge file, we organize related files into separate files. Okay, every related code is kept in a separate file. Now each file has one responsibility. That file is called as module. So module is a simple Python file that contains a related code. Okay. Now think of it, another great way to understand modules is to think about Lego's block. So when you build Lego's house, you don't create the entire house from one giant block. What you do is you connect many small pieces together. Software works exactly the same way. Okay, a login module, it handles maybe the authentication. The payment module, it handles the payments and processes the payments. A search module basically finds the products, and notification modules keep sending you messages, emails, or other sort of notifications. So each module performs a specific task. Okay, when all these modules work together, they create a complete application. That is why when professional software is divided into many small modules instead of one enormous file. Okay. Now imagine you don't use modules. Okay. Every time you start a new project, we copy and paste the same functions. The add function, maybe let us take the example of the calculator. So every time you are writing your project, you are copying add function, subtract function, multiply function again and again, right? So this creates the duplicate code. So once you have a bug, then you have to fix it at multiple places. And if you don't even have a bug, and if you want to improve one function, then we have to remember every file where we copied it. So this basically wastes time and it makes the maintenance difficult, which is generally not required, which we don't want. Okay. So module is basically a simple Python file which contains some functions. They are written once, and every time we use the same set of functions, we simply import that file. We simply use functions from that module only instead of writing it again and again. Okay. Now what modules exactly are? Looking at the smarter approach. So maybe we create one file called calculator.py. Inside it, we write all calculator related functions only once. When another program needs those functions, we simply import the module. That's it. Write once, reuse forever. That is the biggest advantage of Python programming. Okay. So it is simply a Python code that you can import and use in your program. So look here. It is a file with the Python code we can import to use in our code, and we break large programs into small and manageable parts. So if you remember in the starting of this series, I was saying like Python is a modular language because it supports modules and it makes it reusable, organized, and easier to maintain. Another analogy you can think of it is, for example, in your laptops, you save some data, okay? So you make different folders for specific things, right? Instead of the clutter everywhere, you have separate sections, separate files, separate folders for each related content in that, okay? Now, modules are basically building blocks of clean, scalable, and professional Python code. So what here we are doing is, I have one module written. I simply import it using the keyword import. Okay, I have written it as import whatever the name of my module is, which is here my module. Okay, so what I'll be doing is, I'll be using the functions from that module, whatever is inside it. Maybe there is add function, so I will use dot add and give my arguments. I will be using another function from the same module, say greet, it takes string arguments. Whatever the function is there, if you have to call a function from one module, you have to import the module and use dot function, module name dot function. And when we use a function call, we know that we use parenthesis, right? Okay. Now, why we are using module, we have already discussed. Look at its structure, how it works. So basically, you are writing your code in one simple Python file. You are importing the file as a module in your program. So just look at the project structure here. So there is a folder named my project. This is your main file where you will be doing the execution of your project. And in that main file, you haven't cluttered everything. You are basically having some small files with different works assigned to them. Whatever work you want to get done, you import that file and you get it done. Okay, so what this modules, this is the folder that I have created. In this folder, I have kept two different files which have some different works to do. Okay, readme basically we generally do to understand the hierarchy or understand what this project is all about. Okay, so if I want to use these files, math utils, text utils, what I'll be doing in my main, I'll be importing these two modules. Okay, and from these modules, whatever is written inside it, I can use. For example, from math utils, there is add function in it. I will write dot add and parenthesis. Pass the arguments whichever are required and you can directly use it. So you haven't written add function here again in main. Instead, you called it from somewhere where you have saved it. Okay, so it is basically helping us write better Python code which is organized, reusable, and you can also work with others, so it is easy to share and collaborate. Okay, so if you want to create your own module, what would you do? Another analogy, sometimes we only just imagine there is a toolbox, okay, and inside it there is hammer, there is screwdriver, wrench, pliers, and you don't carry every tool in your hand all day, isn't it? Whenever you need one, you just open the toolbox, pick the correct tool, that's all. So similarly, our toolbox is the module and tools are the functions inside the module. So we simply choose the function we need whenever required. Okay, so if you want to create your own toolbox, create your own module, so what you will be doing is, you will be writing your function here. For example, in my module, I have written add function, greet function. Okay, this is what I have written, and I have also given a name of the variable pi, which is saved here. Now in my main file, I am simply importing this module here. I am not rewriting the functions. I am simply using them by writing my module.add. Okay, getting the results. My module.greet, getting the results. My module.py. So we created it once, we can use it anywhere for smarter coding. Okay. Python also have inbuilt modules. So good news is that we don't always have to create our own modules. Python already comes with hundreds of useful built-in modules. They are very useful in AI, data science, and further that we'll be covering. So for mathematics, for example, there is a module called as math module. For date and time, there is a module date time module. For random numbers, there is a module random. For JSON handling, there is a module JSON. we can directly use it. Okay. So math module, it basically performs some mathematical operations which are already there. Date and time, it works with date and time. OS module, basically when we want to interact with the operating system. Random module, generate random numbers. So basically you can make your own dice using this module. Okay. So built-in modules which are already there, we are not creating from scratch. They save our time and simplify the task. We can also create our own modules, of course, and reuse them. So the whole point is that module help us write better and organized code. Okay. So taking this example again, each brick, for example, I was taking the example of logos. So each brick is simple. Now we have connected bricks. We are going to create something by making use of these simple reusable parts. Okay. So let us try to understand a project which is a student management system. What it does is there is a main file which brings everything together. It is basically a connection spot. Okay. So I have different modules, maybe student modules, marks module, report module, attendance module, utils module, and database module. Now what I'm doing is I'm simply importing all these modules here. Okay. Then I'll be writing a main function where I can simply write the logic for my application and simply calling these functions, making our code modular, reusable, maintainable, and easy to understand. Okay. Now, let us understand one more thing here. Okay. So when you're taking your project to a bigger project in companies, for example, they one project does have a team which is working upon it. Maybe some person is assigned one set of tasks, another person is assigned another set of related tasks. Then they are creating their own modules, and the function main is basically importing everything there, combining things and attaching the logic and using those modules. So which makes it very much organized and reusable and scalable as well. So how this package works, what we do in a package, a complete folder, we create a folder, we add say different modules in it. Okay, we import and use that package in any of our project. Okay. Now what is the difference between a package and a module? So module is basically one single Python file which have multiple functions. But a package is collection of related modules in a folder. Okay, so module is a single Python file which performs specific tasks. It cannot contain sub-modules and they are directly imported using its name. But when you make a folder of multiple modules, we call it a package. We can organize related functions, we can contain sub-packages, we can import using dot notation. Okay. So when to use packages and when to use modules? So when you have a small or a focused task or a single purpose code, use modules. If the project is really large and it has multiple related files, multiple sub-packages, use a sub-package. Okay. So initially you will start with the modules, and as and when your project grows, you organize them into package. Okay. So example if we take is, this is the module which is say math utils .py, which has related functions. There is no sub package, there is no sub module. We simply import it here. In package, there are different files. In the main folder, there is a package initiator. We call it as init file, init.python. Then it has sub packages. Sub packages have set of different modules, and each sub package also has its init file. Okay. Okay. Now, if we say, for example, we want to see why these modules matter and when their real power comes into the picture. Your math module, for example, contains multiple functions. It contains add functions, subtract functions, square root functions, multiple functions. Okay. If you consider the same example of toolbox. I don't carry the whole toolbox every time. If I need a hammer, I'll simply take out hammer. If I need a wrench, I'll take out wrench, right? So in the same way, if I don't want to use all the functions from that module, I want only one or two functions, then what can I do is, instead of writing import maths, I will write from math import utils, maybe. From math import square root. Not util, from maths import add. Whatever functions are there in my math module, I can use that, writing it like from math, you write it as import square root. So I already picked one function which I'll be writing in my code. I don't want to import the entire module. If you want to import all the functions, you can write from math import star. Okay. So what we have done so far is modules let us break our code into smaller and focused pieces, but packages, they organize related modules into a folder structure. So we can import and use modules, also our packages and our programs, to save time and avoid rewriting the code. Okay. So good code is not about working code, it is about a clean and organized code as well. Okay. Another important thing that I want to discuss is aliases. Okay, let us see what aliases are. For example, here in this file, I am importing math, I am importing random, and from utils, this is also module, I am importing greet function, not the entire module. What could I write is, whenever I want to use any function from math, what I'll have to do is, I'll have to write math dot square root maybe 25. This is what I'll have to do. What if I don't want to write the name of the module again and again? So imagine the case you have a nickname. So simply we can give a nickname to math as M, say random as R. Then instead of writing math every time, I can write M dot square root. This is very general practice. We call it aliases. Sometimes modules names are very long. So Python let us give them nicknames. This is called as alias. Okay. There are some, you will see it everywhere. There are some common practices like NumPy is generally imported as NP, Pandas as PD. This is considered a random practice, standard practice. Okay. And now let us talk about this random function. Random module generates basically the random values. So we can create games, dice games using it, lucky draws, password generators, because it is creating some random values, quiz applications, games. Okay. So how do you use it? Basically random dot, or here we have alias R, import random as R. So R dot maybe random integer, rand int from 1 to 6. So it will give random integer. So it acts exactly like a real dice. Every execution produces a different result. So just like we use date and time module. So how do you think? How does Instagram knows today's date? How does an attendance system know when you logged in? How does an online shopping website know the delivery date? So all these applications use date and time modules. So with just one line of code, we can get the current date and time. Okay. So today we have learned that modules help us organize code, avoid repetition, improve readability, and make our programs reusable. So as the project grows, writing everything into one single file becomes impossible. So modules help us divide a large project into smaller manageable pieces. So this is one of the most important habits of professional programs. Okay. Now we have understand the theory. It is time to see the modules in action. Okay. So we will start with importing Python's inbuilt modules like math, random, date time. Then we'll create our own modules from scratch and use it in another program. Okay. So this we will be doing in the next tutorial. We will be doing modules in action. Thank you so much.